What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Nerdgasm. Today we're going to be going over Supergirl Season 2, Episode 16. It was kind of messed up. It was kind of sad. It was a little bit boring, but again, at the end, they brought it home with the character that's being introduced for tonight's Flash episode. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is something really small, and I'm probably overthinking this. Did anyone else see the She-Hulk reference that freaking Wynn drops when he's breaking into the museum? I mean, come on. Really, I feel like DC knows better than that. And they know they can't just be walking around saying She-Hulk. That has to be copyrighted somewhere, right? Like, Marvel has to have that. Another thing that I thought was hilarious, because it's not even funny. It wasn't even a funny thing, guys. It wasn't like, haha, that was a really good joke, guys. No, it wasn't funny. When the Daxamites show up and their spaceship is overhead National City, Mon-El walks up the stairs, and then he goes and he's about to get teleported, and Kara's like, oh, okay, be safe. And then she super speeds to Mon-El and gets teleported with Mon-El. The reason I thought this was funny is because did anybody else forget that Kara has super speed? Like, she never uses it. All the times that she should be using her super speed and it's just not there. Does anyone else feel like they forget this? So we get onto the ship, and what do we find out? Oh my god, he's the Prince of Daxam. Ah, who didn't know this? I swear, guys, I thought this was common sense. I really thought this was common. I thought everybody knew that in the show they were making him the Prince of Daxam. His parents have been looking for him ever since he sent out the beacon in episode 1, and I just love how his parents are just douches from the beginning. They're like, oh, look at the little Kryptonian girl. Oh, ha, 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 ha. It's so unnecessary. Why do you have to be an asshole? Both your planets are gone. Well, her planet is definitely gone, and your planet is just pretty much fucked up. But you don't gotta be an asshole about it. You guys should be, sharing this solidarity right now. But the thing is, this actually does track with the comics, because in the comics, Daxamites are kind of assholes. They don't like anybody outside their planet. They're very in-house. They like to keep their race clean with only Daxamites. It's really messed up. So while we're here on the ship, we find out exactly how Mon-El was able to escape the planet, and it was not as heroic as he made it seem before, guys. The second the planet starts going to shit, and he gets up and he lets his girlfriend, that probably wasn't his girlfriend, his concubine, I don't know, his Daxamite prostaho, I don't know what it was, and he's running, and the bodyguard's killing people, and the bodyguard's killing Kryptonians. And the thing is weird because only one person was gonna make it off that planet. Really only, well, more people made it off the planet, obviously, but only one person was getting off on that ship. You can't even really get mad at him like, oh, how could you, Mon-El? Like, come on, he was the prince. That's how it worked. He got out. The bodyguard saved him. They believed in him, whatever. It's a lot darker than what he made it seem, but still, come on. Can you really blame the guy? Of course we know, because this is Supergirl and she's part of the super family. She's a little bit self-righteous. And she's having a hard time with Mon-El right now because she thinks what he did was messed up. And it was messed up, but his planet was exploding. So Kara's in the DEO, and there's the second storyline with Wynn being set up by his new girlfriend. And Kara makes this Super Friends reference, which I think is hilarious because the Super Friends only have one normal guy on the team, and that was Batman. And she has two normal guys on the team, which is sad. She's like discount Super Friends. This is like when you go to the dollar store and you try to buy like a Power Ranger toy, but it's a Power Ranger toy made in like the deep trenches of Mexico. So it's like a Mutant Ninja Turtle Power Ranger Beetleborg. That's what her Super Friends team is like right now. Just right now. She needs Mon-El on that team. She needs to get over this crap of Mon-El and get Mon-El on that Super Friends team. I'm not watching a Super Friends team with one Kryptonian and two humans, all right? That's a sitcom waiting to happen. So I mentioned that there was the second storyline. Wynn gets set up by his new girlfriend. They go break into a museum to go have museum sex, which I didn't know was a thing. I guess breaking into places to have sex, whatever. The kids these days. He gets set up by his new girlfriend. Apparently her species don't show up on cameras and photos, so everyone thinks that he's the one who stole the painting from the museum. And he has to go through this elaborate thing to try and get the painting back, and he loves her, but she says she doesn't love him. So then, it's this whole thing. He helps her, and it turns out that her brother was kidnapped. Oh no! And because Wynn is one of my favorite characters on this show, I knew he was gonna do it, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he didn't let this turn him into some kind of heartless monster. And in the end, he gets the painting back, he gets the brother back, and I think he gets the girl. Now, this episode wasn't all relationship drama and sad feelings. We get to see, actually, a pretty funny fight scene with Guardian and the guy who kidnapped Wynn's girlfriend's brother. I don't remember her name. And we get to see an alien that doesn't get taken down with a single punch. This guy was putting up a fight against Guardian. Putting up a fight is putting it lightly. No, this guy was kicking Guardian's butt. Guardian was trying hard to win and kick butt, but no, this guy was just epic as shit. He was catching his smoke bombs and stuff and kicking Guardian's butt. It wasn't until the DEO showed up and saved Guardian that everything was okay. So we hit the end of the episode, guys. I'm only going to talk about a second on this. Kara breaks up with Mon-El. It's sad. I don't like it. I think she's being a little bit too self-righteous right now. In her situation, she had family who sent her off to protect her cousin. And in Mon-El's situation, he was raised in an environment where slavery and stuff like that was okay. He didn't know any better until he got to Earth and he realized stuff like that wasn't okay, and Kara made him a better man. But we see that Mon-El didn't go back with his people. He told his parents to leave Earth, and what do we get to see? The Music Meister, guys. He shows up at the end of the episode. He's captured, and apparently his whole plan was to get into the DEO, mess with Supergirl. He does this cool Music Meister eye stuff, and then he steals an interdimensional device that Winn made with the help of Cisco, and he leaves to Earth 1, where he says he needs to catch the fastest man alive. I have no idea why he knows about the Flash. I have no idea what he wants to do with the Flash, but I love that he comes in and he's just like, hey, what's going on? Hypnotize you, steal that, gotta go, later, and then just jumps through the portal. That was awesome. I love that. I love his character. I can't wait to see his character in the new episode later on tonight. And I want to know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. It wasn't my favorite episode, but the Music Meister made it worthwhile, and the thing with the breakup really pissed me off. Does anybody even remember who the main villain of this entire season is? Because I'm kind of losing track of it. I have no idea what's going on anymore, guys. I hope to hear from you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you later on in the Flash video, and thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.